Let me welcome all of you to this special lecture which features our old friend Prof Shen Dingli. I'm so happy to see that the room is full. Prof Shen will be talking about China's foreign policy and its digital impact there.
I want to say how appreciative I have this opportunity to be back to IIC, which I lived several times more than 20 years ago. I see the grass, I see the building, I feel I return home. So thank you, Ambassador Kantha, for bringing me to ICS, and I appreciate Fudan University bringing me into the delegation, Fudan Development Institute, which claimed to be China's first university-based think tank, which was launched more than 20 years ago. China is young, university is young, and after the Cultural Revolution, university reopened. The history is young. But Fudan cares to create a think tank. So when I first came to this country, I was 34. Now I am more than 50 years old. I used to bring people here. Now people bring me here. Well, I want to report to my dear Indian distinguished participants. Many of them I know you. We have to say hello after this opening. And many of you may be new to me. I feel this country is so rich in culture and civilization. I used to think China is the number one. After visiting Taj Mahal for the first time, I changed. I thought China is one of the best, definitely not the best. I keep returning to Taj Mahal and to teach everybody, my family people and my students, that China is not the number one. China is the one of the number ones. And India is in the same rank. And we have to respect our dear friend in India. After visiting Indian Museum, National Museum of India, I've been to the country many times, but never visited. My last visit, I went to the museum. For the first time I know India has a history of 7,000 or 8,000. That's almost the double that of China. That gives me more evidence why Chinese need to be humble. Today I'm going to address an issue: China's foreign policy and its regional impact. Certainly I offer my own take. I cannot represent China. Even I cannot represent our institute and my university. We have lots of talents, many different views. I'm often one of those minority views, but I believe that I have the right to do. China's foreign policy, at this time, it keeps changing. This time is 3M in my view. Money. I hate to say money, but Deng Xiaoping cares money. And muscle. My good friend Dave Lampton would say might. And third, mind. These 3M. We used to be poor. We don't have money. When we have some money, we're still poor. We don't have idea. We don't have thoughts. And now we may start to develop some idea, some thoughts. So Fudan created Fudan Development Institute. The country cannot continue without smartness, without idea, without understanding of other country, and without understanding the country problem. Money-wise, China has made a great achievement. When I entered the Fudan University in 1979, when China opened the same year. China's GDP was 200 Chinese yuan per annum, namely $125 per year. And we made 800 by the turn of the century. We want to reach the level of $3,000 by 2020. But last year we made 8,600. It's possible that China can reach the level of 10,000 by 2020. That's not 3,000, more than 10,000. So at this time, the aggregated GDP has reached 11.2 trillion US dollar last year, beating the target of 4 trillion US dollar by 2020. That was the target set in 2002 at the 16 Parties Congress. So this is the success of Deng Xiaoping's target money. With money, government become more stable because people make less trouble for the government. Otherwise, they fled to Hong Kong. What an embarrassment to China, a socialist country which is poor. We cannot feed our own people. Now lots of people flee to China, North Korea, and some others. We used to go to a country legally and don't leave that country, stay illegally. So America did not issue me multiple entrance visa. Not against me, but against China. But this time America issued 10-year visa. Sure, there are still some Chinese who would stay in America, visit America legally, but stay in America illegally. But Americans care more and more Chinese to visit America. At this time, 1 out of 3 international students in America is from China, totaling 330,000 young people. And most of them pay their own tuition, not receiving US scholarship. This is a change. I'm lucky to be born in Shanghai and to receive one of the best education in my country. Not all Chinese have this luck. But Xi Jinping is pushing that we offer more education resource to rural area, to more poverty-stricken area, to make Chinese to achieve their dream. Richness, strength, return of Taiwan, clean air, clean environment, clean politics, much less corruption. Therefore, people will be happy. So this is what he termed as Chinese dream. 国家富强，民族复兴，安人民幸福。Our friend may worry, what if China is strong? What if China wage a war to get the land China claims? First, it's not impossible. I don't want to scare you, but I have to be realistic. Any nasty thing can happen. China waged at least 11 wars from 1950 to 1988. Too frequent. Every 3.5 years, at least one war. We fought with America, with Soviet Union, with French, and with our friend in India, and with Vietnamese multiple times. At the end, we become polar. We cannot achieve socialism. Per the then Prime Minister Wen Jiabao's presentation, he said socialism means high development and high equality. China is highly poor and still not equal. Now we are not highly rich, but we are much better, and we are very unequal. So we don't call ourselves as socialists. We call preliminary stage of socialism, not the standard level of socialism. We targeted 2021 to achieve the high standard of socialism, which means kids can have public education for free. More people can have the public health with very low cost. It's a very high target, very difficult to achieve, but America is working hard to achieve. Why China should not compete with America to offer public goods to its own people? Since 1988, my country has not waged a single war. We have a problem with Japan. Japan nationalized the island, what they call Senkaku. We made East China Sea ADIZ, Air Defense Identification Zone. Meantime, we made China-Japan emergency liaison mechanism for air and sea contact. When two aircraft meet, two boats meet, the captain, the pilots should turn to the common channel to speak in English, how to avoid a collision. We devise all means not to have a war. Even so, we think we have the right to have a war, because it's our land. Why the police? So we don't translate might and muscle to war, and we want to have money. Money is more important than might. When you have a war, you have less chance for money. So when we send our maritime police, our coast guard, to the water which is sensitive to Japan, we do it very cautiously. We make a virtual kind of a pattern to play with Japan, so that we go, they go, but they intentionally keep a distance. Neither Japan and China want to have war. Both has a face. And we know how to respect Japan's face. And they know they deprive face from China. It's China, and they nationalize our land. So they deserve some Chinese handling. But despite of this, you have more chance for air collision. China and US airplanes collided. It could happen between China and Japan. But the two military negotiated an agreement. It's pending for official implementation. We hate war. We don't want to have war. We pretend that we don't care a war, but we are very cautious. Japan does exactly the same. China-India, we made such a confidence-building measure. Patrols should not trace each other. Because border area, we don't have an agreement for border, but we have a line of actual control. But both parties have different understanding where the line should be. The two countries have not agreed for a mutually accepted line. Therefore, in daily life, we can have mischief. You think the line is here, I think otherwise. So how to handle? When you patrol, we don't patrol. You can come to the place that we think belongs to us. But after patrol, you have to return to your camp. And if patrol in the morning, we patrol in the afternoon. When we patrol, you don't follow. And we may intentionally come to the place which we believe to belong to us, and you differ. And at the end of the mission, we return to our camp. So this is a much better exercise of good intent, not to have trouble. That has not been created between China and Japan. We have source of trouble, but we managed not to make them big. And then now we have both strong men to lead respective country. We should have better chance to cut a deal for good. That takes courage. China needs to make a concession. And India needs to give certain good return. Weak leader cannot do it. Mao Zedong can do. Xi Jinping can do. Probably Prime Minister Modi can do. But now they are strongly checked and balanced by domestic opinion, by social media, by ever democratizing view, diversified view. So it's very difficult for a leader to play diplomacy. This is the challenge that we did not have before. In the past, we can reduce 11-9 to 9 to make Vienna happy. We can give 50% of heavenly pound, 10 to North Korea to make them happy. Now it's not doable. Any government doing it would be viewed as selling national interest. But we have to sell national interest. I sell my national interest, you sell your national interest. We make a deal. We are great to power. It's not realistic that one power cut interest to another one. The other power would not give a return. So I highly urge our leader not to waste any minute, because this will be increasingly challenging to handle for future generations. Today, Mao Zedong cannot delete 2-9 to make Vienna happy, but he did at his time. Today, Zhou Enlai, if he is alive, he cannot give half of the heavenly pound to North Korea. But at that time, they can. We should not be blocked by the time, by the current time, that a leader would not behave as a leader. Leader should shape a public, not to be shaped by public. Other ground. That's called democracy. Democracy sometimes does harm. And we are negotiating with ASEAN country to make ASEAN country plus China, the so-called South China Sea Code of Conduct. Given what happened last year, that China lost in Philippines suit at PCA, we still managed to dramatically improve relationship with Manila. Of course, we are lucky to have Duterte. But fundamentally, the improvement of relationship is not a one-sided story. Duterte wants to be friendly. It's mutual. Now we have the golden opportunity. Better to freeze difference, to expand common ground. I hate to see the improvement of China-Philippine relationship is at the cost of Philippine-US relationship. That's not a win-win. As the strengthening of China-Philippine relationship should accompany an ever-bettering of Manila-Washington relationship. So I'm glad President Trump had invited Duterte. We should encourage him to visit Washington. When Washington has less concern over China's growth, over China's behavior, when our neighbor start to understand China, more tolerant of China, and China start to be sensible of the criticism around. Philippines used to be very unhappy. Vietnam, unhappy. Lately, South Korea very unhappy because of the anti-missile system development, which we call the SAD. Terminal high-altitude area defense. China's point to South Korea, why you do it? They say, why you don't handle North Korea tough enough? North Korea yesterday published a paper. Why China is hurting North Korea? So we have lots of challenges. So Mao Zedong used to say, turning great chaos to greater governance. China did not expect that it can reach per capita GDP 8,000 by last year. Did not expect. China did not expect that the aggregated GDP has reached 11 trillion US dollars, rather than 4 by the year 2020. So all of a sudden, China becomes rich, strong, but then China needs idea how to apply our richness so that the wealth would not be corrupted by the generals. So the coming 19th Party Congress would certainly address our next stage of reform. We need to keep reform. Reform to turn China to be rich. But unchecked richness would create a sin to make China to decline politically. Then continue to reform to create a clean government with great accountability and transparency. Xi Jinping has worked hard for the last 4 years. He vows to do better for the next term. Some Fudan professors are supporting him by his side. Our former Dean of School International Relations and Public Affairs, Professor Wang Funing, is his close colleague and aide. And Wang Funing student is also in Beijing. I'm waiting for their call. So I may contribute to some better China. My design, how to make a government clean, making China humble, making Indian to love China. I know friends here may have lots of perplexed. Why China deny India's NSG entitlement? Why China is not straightforward in condemning those terrorism behavior originated from a certain country? Why China would work with that country for the so-called CPEC to build infrastructure interconnectedness? That's great, but why passing the place which is viewed by many Indians as a part of India? Every day I heard this. I cannot pretend I don't know. I cannot come to say, correct, let's continue to do it. That would offend my friend. Next time you will not come to this place. I try to understand why China would do it. Why these are not received well in this country. Why our action has been against what President Xi has promised when he came to this country. I try to understand. I still have difficulty in understanding. I try to offer some of my own opinion, which is certainly not a university opinion, not a government opinion, just my own take. We are running out of steam of Deng Xiaoping's reform, which is taking advantage of China's cheap labor, not paying great attention to our environmental protection and ecological preservation. And we grow. We cannot continue, given the fast deterioration of our environment, given the fast rise of salary of Fudan University graduate. The labor is no longer cheap. Given the increasing attention on environment ecology. Therefore, China has to lift its mode of production, to change its mode from being outsourced, making products for Apple. China Apple company has outsourced Foxconn. Foxconn has outsourced more than 1 million Chinese labor. That makes President Obama very unhappy. And the CEO of Apple is unwilling to insource America, to bring the job back to America. That forced Obama to start the so-called TPP. To have small grouping inter or intra-trade within the group with high standard that China cannot meet at this time. In order to reduce China's possibility to export, to do business as usual with this country. You can do business as usual with anyone outside of TPP, not with this 12 countries. That may undercut China's growth rate of GDP by 1% to 1.5% if we don't do any reform. And given TTIP, China's steam would even be lowered. What to reform? How to reform? Innovation, new technology, China's creation, China's own knowledge, idea-based money. But it takes time. We only have few nice companies like Huawei. We don't have a lot of Huawei. For the top 100, most creative company, China has only 2. We have a long way to catch up. Given this, China will conceive some easy way to compete, to lift. In order to sell its surplus capacity of manufacturing, iron and steel. In the year 1957, China only produced 30 million metric tons of iron. 1957. China wanted to beat Britain a year later, by 1958, to achieve 10 million. China started from 7 million to achieve 10 million. China failed. Mao Zedong wanted to beat America 2 years later, by 1959, to achieve. At that time, America has 30 million. China wanted to achieve 32 million. China all failed. Now China produced 800 million last year. With reduction already, voluntary reduction already of 300 million. And America's production is 10% of China. It's only 80 million. And we are doing 800 million tons. And we don't need it. Shanghai has some 20 to 30 underground metro line. The top highest building in 1979, the Park Hotel, now is the 4,000th highest building. And the per capita living space increased from 5 square meter to 35 square meter now. We don't need. And we want to bring them to foreign country. But they can also do. Then packed with faster rail, only 5 countries can do. Japan, China, Canada, Germany, and France. So these 5 countries fiercely compete. Wherever China goes, they will come. They don't want to lose business. But we do have many competitors. America is not a competitor. So we try to build this in Russia, in Indonesia, in Turkey, and next step will be Malaysia. President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Modi cut an agreement that China and India would partner to build some school for fast rail engineering. So China may share some learning from our hard working with our Indian friend. Sure, we would protect our core technology, but there are some we care to spread. We appreciate Indian government to allow a company in Shanghai to find a business, to build one of the metro in Delhi. We get a contract, we get a job, we sell iron steel, we sell cement packed with good technology. But I heard India does not give Chinese another opportunity. From second line, you are able. You are so smart, like Chinese. We invite French people, cut engineer to build Shanghai first. Then we don't allow them to build second. So there are lots of patent protection at stake. But we need, you need. Could we match demand and supply? Can we supply jointly to a third party? We have a lot of opportunity to make money together. This is what Xi Jinping wants to do. Innovation. This is how we want to compete peacefully and positively with TPP. Luckily or unluckily, TPP is gone. With TPP, China's innovation hurry, accelerate. Without TPP, we will be lazy. We want to do less innovation. But I think even if TPP is around, China will be ready after 10, 15 years to join. America needs to figure out even high-level competitive trading system to restrain China. Thanks to Americans' creation to hit China's vulnerability, that drive China to be more competent. I never complain that America does not allow us to do business. It's us. We should not always to do this kind of business which would pollute our environment. Now we see President Trump who want to buy America, hire America. Okay, Jack Ma would go to the US. He said, I give 1 million jobs to America. 1 million. Beat Shinzo Abe. Abe brought lots of men to invest 150 billion US dollars to create 700,000 jobs. But Alibaba would create 1 million jobs. China and US are going to launch 100-day work plan, negotiating very hard. How China should buy more from America, how China should invest more in America, how China should welcome America to invest, to receive China's national treat. We used to give them supranational. Now US complain, we are going to be protectionism. All this need to bargain. Trump is a good bargainer, China too. As long as we don't care communism, capitalism, we care the goodism, that is moneysm, muscleism, mindism. China and US can be partner. And we have been doing this, the so-called pragmatism, for the last 30 years. We lost some spirit, some virtue, that we need to pick them back to make China to be a value-equipped trader that cares human rights, cares intellectual property, cares innovation, cares environment. Xi Jinping wants to do this. Chinese people are given time to him and his team. Meantime, we want to partner with India. Don't let those three obstacles to block our overall development. My first visa application was denied by Indian consulate in New York in 1994. When I was at Princeton, I went to New York to apply. The lady said, no, we cannot issue you visa. I said, why? We don't issue visa to unfriendly country. I said, could you tell me China is an unfriendly country? She said, yes. I was not hurt. I think my country must have done something bad to make this lady to have a problem. So I tried to search the answer. Could we talk more, negotiate more before going to war in 1962? If we can, this lady may not have such a deeper sentiment. So my responsibility in China is to prevent any future such a mischief, which would drive Chinese to have difficulty with India, would drive Indian to have difficulty with Chinese. So a few years ago, I think in 2010, when India celebrated its Commonwealth Sports Game, you had the new Indira Gandhi Airport. I was invited by your defense ministry to attend the jubilee of the IDC. It's a big honor. I was the only Chinese invited. I was at a panel with Mr. Subramanian, the dad of your foreign secretary. And soon he passed away. I have the honor to be at the same panel. I met him a few times before. So I addressed the issue of deterrent. China was coerced by America to have deterrent. But once you have capacity, nobody would trust you. You would not be an evil user of deterrent. What if you would not buy your argument, no first use? What if you would use nuclear weapon to get Arunachal, what we call Southern Tibet? It's natural. If we are Indian, I'm Indian, I must think this way. So India needs to have its own equivalent. Not to hurt any others, but just to keep yourself, not to be hurt. I think that's a rationale. Of course, no Chinese can say, we are guaranteed India would not be crazy to use its nuclear weapon to do more than Arunachal. But we have nuclear weapon already. Why we are worried? We are unpleased that India has nuclear weapon. But it's immoral to say you don't qualify nuclear weapon. Because we are greater. We qualify. But luckily, we tested before January 1st, 1968. That was the line to define NPT admitted nuclear weapon state or not. It's a pure luck. It's not some criteria of legality. So once we have nuclear weapon, we should understand why others need. Because they are scared. Even we don't scare them, they are scared. So we have to bind our hand every day to be very cautious. Honor our no first use commitment. Respecting our friend and enemy. And lead the international effort of multilateral nuclear disarmament. US, Russia, cut first, we follow. Or we start to cut, to force them to cut. Then if we don't have, well, we are more morally positioned to tell anyone, please don't have. So I think we have a problem that Indians think China may be chauvinistic, imperialistic. And China has China exceptionalism. China can have, anyone else cannot, but America. This is what North Korea is thinking about China. Why we make one mistake after another? Xi Jinping said others should wear Chinese bench, sit a Chinese bench, wear Chinese shoe, to think why China cannot do what others would want us to do. In the same vein, Chinese should sit your bench, wear your shoe, to know why you are difficult to meet our expectation. This is what Confucius has preached. So it's easy to build a Confucius Institute, but it's challenging to practice Confucianism. I'm in no position to say everyone should build a nuclear weapon. But given the reality, why we should demonize each other rather than shake hands, vow to be responsible nuclear stakeholder, not to threat with each other, not to export. North Korea threat others. We cannot accept. Someone export. We cannot accept. Let's make a security community. Like Xi Jinping said, humankind, common community, 人类命运共同体. That we have the common destiny. That we should be happy with Indians' happiness. I collectivize. When you shoot an operator to the moon, I wrote a piece in English, congratulations, India. I really hope someone in India would write something. When China shoot a Chinese man into space, someone would write, congratulate Chinese. We should care to congratulate. We both used to be colonized. It's a great achievement to have such a kind of performance. If India can do better, China should feel honored. Don't feel bad. If China can lead, why India, my friend sitting here, and your kids cannot feel honored? We should build our relationship to restore the level of trust and mutual assistance to the Peninsular time. That mutual respect, rather than mutual disrespect. India has a nuclear weapon, it's a reality. How to be politically smart in living with it, not to create more source of distrust, challenging our wisdom. That warrants Fudan University's development institute. My government cannot create a formula. It will say, no, you have to wait. We have to consult with others. But others say, it's okay. So my colleague and I are working hard how to find a face-saving approach. And terrorism. Could we launch a UN-based investigation to find who is behind? Not an Indian investigation, not a Pakistan investigation. It's a UN-based in which Chinese, Indian would participate. Based on UN funding, let's punish the criminals. China wants to be respected. China wants to have win-win. Not a win of China-Pakistan at the cost of China-Indian relationship. In my view, it's doable. So our development institute want to think about this, how to build a win-win, not a China win, you lose. Eventually, you lose, China also lose. And this remains to be a challenge. Not easy answer. If I have a good idea, China already resolve this problem. And the nuclear missile and terrorism, CPEC. If I were leader, I think I would have a different idea. Our One Belt, One Road has a slogan, 共商、共建、共享. 共商 meaning consulting together. 共建 meaning constructing together. 共享 meaning sharing together. Of course, CPEC, China, Pakistan should consult. China should not impose a load to Pakistan. But this area is disputed. So apparently, not only two stakeholders, multiple stakeholders. could we be more sophisticated, understanding that this is under dispute. And we have to enter because we want to lift our development mode by selling iron steel packed with high technology, high rail. How a high rail can fly, it has to be grounded. Come to India. To say, my friend, I have an idea. I know I may offend you, but I have no idea that by building this, I take a position, the disputed land, now I have a position, belong to a certain party. No, I will make a statement. By building this, I still have no position. But you feel a little better, but still not a lot better. How we can create some idea that this road would be for infrastructure, interconnectedness only, not for any other purpose, not for any military and strategic purpose. Tell me what I can do to make you feel secure. Then we get the idea to consult with Pakistani friend. Look, we want to have this idea, joint investment, joint build-up, joint management, joint administration, to do the best to alleviate India's unavoidable concern. If Zhou Enlai is still alive, I think he will do better. I'm not saying Xi Jinping is not doing better. I'm saying we suddenly grow. Our clothes cannot fit our size of the body. Our mind does not match our development. That's how Xi Jinping is so worried. We need to have the development of mind, not just money and muscle, but a mind, smartness. I think he wants to have more consultation in the Beijing Belt and Road International Cooperation Summit on May 14th and 15th. We are very happy Shinzo Abe is going to designate as deputy to Beijing. We are very happy Prime Minister of Singapore will send some delegate, and we are waiting for leader to send someone from Delhi, so Xi Jinping can have a chance to converse, to say, I want to do something to alleviate your concern. So our friends here, please extend your hand to China. We have to do win-win. Not just China win, you don't win. Or China think you still win, but you don't think you win. In my view, as long as India would not win, China cannot win. Because you are a major stakeholder, 1.2 billion people. You can do a lot to make China upset. Sending Dalai Lama to Zhangnan. You can do a lot. That would unnecessarily frustrate Chinese. We think that he is Chinese. The land is under dispute. Chinese better not to go to the disputed place. And our disputed party better not to send a controversial figure to the disputed place. So the more India would retaliate, the more the maneuvering space a my leader would have. So eventually, lose-lose. China would not have a net win, and India does not gain much. I'm speaking in my personal capacity, not in the delegation capacity. We still have time. There are still 10 days. We hope our friend will give China a chance. Of course, it's giving India a chance. China used to be very strong. Don't talk to enemy. But we have to talk to America to get a deal for Korean War armistice. We have to meet with Ma Ying-jeou in Singapore. Nominally, Taiwan is still at war, civil war. We don't have a ceasefire with Taiwan. So Taiwan is at a war with mainland, but we meet with the leader of the enemy. For what purpose? Peace. To reduce the tension, to prepare the soil for a treaty. Armistice, peace, and eventually unification. It takes lots of efforts, faith. When we meet with an enemy, we use faith. I don't think China is India's enemy. We are friends. That's why India gave me 6 months multiple entrance visa. I think I deserved this a long time ago. I should be given 3 years multiple entrance visa. But India started to be warm to China. Through many ambassadors' good effort. Some ambassadors are sitting here. Ambassador, it's under your leadership that happened. So, my friends, distinguished participants, my dear mentors, let's learn each other, respect each other, appreciate each other, and don't take a tough action vis-a-vis each other. We should learn how to agree to disagree. You have long history. You are bigger brother. You may tolerate a younger brother that has only half of the civilization as yours. But China's modernization is way ahead. China has more room, more leverage. We should respect a senior brother. Thank you very much.